Welcome to Main Street Sports. We have a pretty good lineup. That's what we're going to keep telling ourselves because the last couple weeks have been awesome, and now we got to talk ourselves into this week. As JD Piquel said, don't sleep on it, though.
That's right. He said you don't want to sleep on it because last year, this was the week that chaos started.
Yep.
And it was started with the Bama Vandy game.
Yep. So before we dive too deep, don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars, and we'll just keep plugging away. So obviously, there's a big weekend of college football. Essentially, everyone's playing. But real quick, before we dive into that, we had a couple wild cards wrap up today that saw the Chicago Cubs beat the San Diego Padres 3-1. The Padres threatened in the ninth, but were not able to bring across runners on second and third. So the Cubs advance, and they will play the Milwaukee Brewers. So we get an NL Central matchup there in the divisional series. Last night, the Dodgers won. They get the sweep over the Reds. Was never really close. So they will be taking on the Phillies. And on the AL side, we saw Detroit get a 6-3 victory today over Cleveland in Game 3. So they advance, and they'll play the Seattle Mariners. And currently it is 4-0 Yankees in Game 3 against the Red Sox, where the winner of this match will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays, which would be an AL East matchup. So there's your quick playoff update.
Crazy, crazy times. I mean, once we get past this first wild card round, that's when things start to pick up and get interesting. It's tough for me personally to get into a 3-game series. Like it just feels like the teams that make the playoffs at least deserve 5.
Yeah.
But I don't know how anyone else feels about that, but that's just kind of my thought.
Yeah, well, next week's going to be insane because you have divisional series going on, college football, and NHL opening night on Tuesday. And as you can see, I'm a big Blackhawks fan. So, and they're the first game they play the Florida Panthers at 5 o'clock. So I'm pretty pumped up.
You're gonna be telling me that I need to start following a little hockey, aren't you?
Hey, me and Levi love it. So we just got to get you on board.
I will say here, I mean, when I was living out in North Platte, I just might as well preface this before NHL starts. When the Vegas Golden Knights had their inaugural season, and they won it that year, right?
Yep.
You know, like I just was like, well, shoot, I've never followed hockey before. There's a new team. It's a sweet name, Vegas Golden Knights. And I legitimately was like, I'll watch them through the playoffs, and I kind of adopted them as my team just because, no better time than now. Yeah. But I haven't watched a game since, but I did start picking up some of the intricacies of hockey and the rules and stuff as I watched. And you got to see
the final year of the greatest announcer in all of sports with Doc Emmerich. He announced his retirement after that Stanley Cup, which sucked because he was so awesome.
Okay, so I would never have caught on to that, but I know I have a cousin that lives in Lincoln. He's big into hockey as well, and he's a San Jose fan.
Okay.
He's a Sharks fan. So, between all that kind of stuff, I kind of got into it, so I understand a little bit. So maybe now if we're doing this podcast, maybe I'll have to jump into the NHL a little bit.
I'm just going to say right now, if you try to get me to watch one NBA game, yeah, you're SOL, buddy.
Oh, I'm never watching an NBA game. I just got done calling it soft today on the other show.
So I do think they start next week or the week after too. But
yeah, I can't wait for the start of the NBA because it just ended last week. So
yeah, no shit, dude. Gosh, about time we get wrapped up. It is actually crazy. The Super Bowl is the same weekend as opening weekend of college baseball. And obviously, we're huge college baseball fans, so that'll be really easy to roll right over into.
Yeah, well, I mean, the way that this is going to probably play out, moving forward with this podcast, there's not going to be a lot of time where it's going to feel like it's dead.
Yeah.
Which is good for us.
Which we probably should, maybe Wednesday start kind of doing like an NFL update. I know on your show you did the Tyreek Hill being done for the
Yeah.
year, if not his career.
Right. No, that's exactly what I said. I said that might have been a career ender.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
and
because natural. I mean, it was awful. B, he's already 31.
yeah,
So like,
and he
there's
hates the Dolphins. So,
yeah, yeah. Well, I just got my wish a little early.
yeah. So that and like right now you have the freaking 49ers practice squads beating the Rams 14-7. Swear anyone that's halfway decent for the 49ers gets hurt.
It's unbelievable. And I have
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey this year, so
Yeah. And he's out. He's out. Purdy's out. Pearsall's out. Bosa's
yep,
out.
everybody's
Juwan
out.
Jennings is out. So, yeah, they're what's his name? The tight end. He's out.
Kittle, the
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
Kittle. So yeah, I don't even know what they're throwing out there right now.
Man, I just got to say this before we jump into the college football thing. Like, I did some things this week on Fastlane Fix. Like, there's some high Iowa people, like your buddies, if they ever when they listen to us, those Hawkeye fans that you're friends with,
Yeah.
they should probably take a listen to the one episode where I talked highly of Phil Parker. Holy
Yeah.
smokes! Like I'm actually kind of like, I might have said this the other night, but I'm
Yeah,
like
you said that.
I'm kind of on board with the old Phil Parker thing.
Yeah, and then today you did a breakdown of Missouri.
Yeah, it's been kind of a nice change rather than just doing
Well,
fantasy stuff.
I do gotta say, this afternoon listening to the locker room with Busting with the Boys and Josh Pate. They do a show every Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Pate literally brought up what you brought up the other night, except instead of talking about Jalen Daniels, he said, "Where would Penn State be if Bo Prabula had stayed?"
Right. I mean, he's another one because he can hurt you with his legs and stuff as well as throw, and it's not that Drew Aller wasn't like starting to hurt Oregon with his legs because he's at least a determined runner, but he's just so slow.
But I mean, with Prabula being at Penn State, he clearly saw the writing on the wall that he wasn't going to get to play. So there's a reason he left.
Oh yeah, yep. That's right. 100%.
But if we want to jump into college games, going in order, the 11 o'clock on Saturday, the Cyclones of Iowa State head to Cincinnati and the home of Skyline Chili as a 1.5-point underdog to the Bearcats and Brendan Sorsby.
Dude, I'm so
I
excited.
gotta give you one note that
Okay.
did come out today.
Oh no.
Corleone he was listed as questionable, but it sounds like he is going to play.
Oh yeah.
So that was announced today. So
That's good. That's a huge get back, man, especially with the Iowa State run game.
yeah, Brian Edwards was on Damon Betting's show today, and he announced that. So
yeah, Cincinnati. I'm sticking to my. I mean, man, as highly as we talked about Iowa State earlier in the year with all their tight ends, and I mean they're going to be able to attack that defense, and which is susceptible to big plays, as we saw against Kansas. Holy smokes! I'd never thought in a million years in a 6 DB defense that you'd be getting beat over the top consistently like the Kansas did against them. So it's going to be interesting to see how that pass rush changes in the run defense too, with Corleone back.
And there's a linebacker, I cannot for the life of me remember the name, for Cincinnati, number 11. That dude is a baller, man. We saw it against Nebraska, and then watching the Kansas game last weekend, he showed out again. So I'm guessing they're going to use a lot of him spying Rocco Beck.
Yeah, and it's not a tall task either because Beck isn't like is not a burner.
Yeah.
He's
He's essentially like, okay, I'm going to use this comparison, but just hear me out. I put him like Mahomes, where Mahomes isn't going to burn you, but on 3rd and 4, he can do enough to get that 4 yards.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously he's no Patrick Mahomes.
Okay, Jake Golday.
Yes, thank you.
Yep, that's who it is. Yeah, okay. So that's a different defense. I'm actually using them in my College Football 26 Dynasty.
Oh, nice.
But I'm running them in a 3-4, so it's different.
Yeah.
So I was like trying to think off the top of my head who that was, and I'm like, oh, it's because he's on the edge in my defense.
Yeah. No, I was thinking about firing up the old Xbox, but like we talked about earlier, with harvest season going on and everyone picking right now, I might have to hop on Farming Simulator.
Yeah, no kidding, man. It's always just a nice time to have a little discussion.
Yeah. So anyway, 1.5-point favorite for Cincinnati, and we saw Iowa State struggle when they went on the road to Arkansas State.
Yeah.
And
I think there's some buzz in Cincinnati now. Like after dropping that first game to Nebraska, in Arrowhead.
Yeah.
You kind of wonder, like, you could almost feel like the wind was taken out of their sails, because I think that their fans knew who they had as a team.
Yep.
Like, I think that in Sorsby specifically, like, they knew what they had with Corleone and Golday, and, like, it's just like one of those things that now the buzz is kind of returning because they've been so efficient offensively. Like, it's one of those things that's like, fine, put whatever defense in front of us and see if you can stop us. The only question mark for them is literally, like, can our defense hold up?
Yeah.
With what Kansas put up on them last week. But I would argue that Kansas's defense is a much bigger threat than Iowa State.
Yeah.
Like, to put up quick points, I should say.
Yeah. And, like, the one thing that Cincinnati really needs to do in this game, and they started to do it against Kansas, is they got to get Joe Royer involved in that offense, man.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he sat out a couple games, though.
Yeah. He did play against Kansas, though.
Okay, so maybe, like, he was getting his feet back in there, but, I mean, he is a dynamic tight end with, like, similar to the way Iowa State uses theirs.
Yeah.
Like, so, I don't know, Sorsby's efficiency, like, gosh, nobody gives him credit. It's unbelievable. I talked about that the other night, and, like, his brilliance just goes unnoticed. And there's really good quarterback play across the country right now, in all reality, but he gets overshadowed because he plays for a school called Cincinnati.
Well, I mean, the Bengals suck. The Reds got blown out by the Dodgers, so what else are they going to do? Cincinnati, go watch your Bearcats take on a ranked Iowa State team this weekend.
Yeah, or they could maybe take in some of the drama in Cleveland right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not baseball. The old Shador drama.
Yeah, right.
Anyway. So, I'm going to take my pick. Oh, yeah, geez. You had me going right there. I was like...
I was
like,
miming you.
I was like, what happened to the sound here? Anyway, yeah. I'm going to make my
people
pick,
on the
though.
podcast, I was miming Kale.
Yeah, oh, man, that's funny. Good one. I'm going to Cincinnati, man. Like, I will lay that 1.5 because I don't believe in that anyway. I basically pick them in the way it works for me in my head. So I got to go with Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the Bearcats.
Now I want to know a question.
Yeah.
Let's go hypothetical and say, like, what in your mind as a Husker fan do you think of Cincinnati if they drop a game by like 17? Or drop this game by 17, not a game.
I'll probably just
like, what does that change? What does that change? Does that change how you view Nebraska at all?
No,
Okay,
but that's a lot because of, like I talked about with the Alabama-Florida State game. So much of week 1, I just kind of throw away.
Sure. What if it's on the flip side? What if Cincinnati was to win this by like 17 to 20 points? Like, what
Then
if
I'm
they
saying
just
Nebraska's great because it fits my narrative.
Okay.
No, it's once again like I'd be excited. Obviously, it helps Nebraska, but once again, that whole week 1 stuff, I kind of throw that out the door.
Sure. Okay. What's next? Did you make your pick? You picked Cincinnati. Yeah.
Yeah, I went with Cincinnati. Our next game is Notre Dame at home against Boise State. Both teams needing this game if they want any chance at the playoff. Um, this opened up as a Notre Dame 17.5 point favorite. It is now up to 21. You mentioned
Wow.
it the other night, like Notre Dame,
Well, yeah.
they're they're on a mission to kill people right now because they have
Yes.
to.
They have to. It's crazy. Like, I don't know if that's 3.5 points it's moved
Yeah.
in 3 days. Like, I don't know if I've ever seen that. Have you? Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's crazy to me that it moved that much.
I've literally seen it this week.
Well, in another game?
Yeah.
Who's the?
Nebraska's up 3.5.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of people that know a lot of things then, and maybe they're listening to our podcast.
Yeah. But no,
Because
my goal tonight's to not talk Nebraska because we talked a lot about them Wednesday.
yeah, okay. Well, anyway, Notre Dame. I just don't see a scenario at all in here where Boise is able to start scoring points. Like you
Yeah.
couldn't score against South Florida.
Yeah.
Like in what world are you going to start scoring against Notre Dame? Like you're definitely not going to stop them.
Yeah. And have you looked at CJ Carr's stats?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. CJ Carr's been freaking ridiculous since the opening
Yeah.
week. So
And they
that's
got
another
Jeremiah Love
that's
going
another
now.
one. Did we say this the other night? I listen to so much stuff, I forget where I hear it. But like, if Notre Dame had those games in the middle of the schedule,
Yeah.
the Miami Texas A&M game, they could be they might be 12-0.
Yeah.
Like so.
And it's I think this will be better. What's the word I'm looking at? I think this will be a more telling game of Notre Dame this week than the Arkansas game.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I just don't think. I mean, Arkansas was reeling. Boise
Yeah.
State's got something to prove, but they don't have like they had something to prove opening week because that's a game in the G5 that's like a
Yeah.
huge game. Like they knew that going in,
Yeah.
and they just got their doors blown off them in the fourth quarter. So
But week one.
yeah, and traveling halfway across the country. I guess it was in Florida. So
Yeah. And figuring out what you have post Ashton Genty.
right, yeah,
So I mean they've looked better, but they also haven't played as great of competition.
right,
So
yeah.
I am though gonna go with Boise State to get a backdoor cover on this one.
I'm not. I'm going Notre Dame.
Notre
I
Dame
believe.
cover that.
I just believe. I believe everybody's talking the same thing. So like Marcus Freeman knows. Like
Yeah.
I could see them throwing like trick plays out if they don't think it's enough in the third
Yeah.
and fourth quarter. Like
They literally did against Arkansas. They ran a fake punt up by 42.
yeah, they are going to make it so they can inflate that score as much as possible. Like
Yeah.
it's just that's the goal. Like it has to happen. So
Yeah. But I tried to do that early in the year with Oklahoma State getting a backdoor on Oregon. So I'm 0 for 1. Let's try and get that to 1-1.
yeah.
Next game is going to be Texas, 4.5 point favor in the swamp against the Gators. And we have talked a lot about this week. It's a battle of bad quarterbacks.
Yes, bad quarterbacks that were highly touted coming in.
Yeah.
I think Josh Pate said that DJ Lagway was the best quarterback in the SEC coming in, and Vegas had Arch Manning as the Heisman frontrunner to start the
Yeah.
year. So I
Yeah.
think both guys were probably up in the top 6 for the Heisman.
Yeah.
So like, and now they're not in that
Yeah.
realm of possibilities. Like, I think if I have it right here, Arch Manning is 57th in the Power 4 plus Notre Dame in completion percentage, and he's like I mean, I know that's not a lot, but I mean, he's near the bottom. He's in the bottom half in terms of yards. His
Yeah.
completion, his yards per completion though are actually okay. That's above where I normally am looking. He's at 13.7, so it's not like they're checking down a lot either.
Yeah.
You know, like they're still taking shots. So yeah,
I
I
just I'm gonna do this one final time with Florida and take Florida to win. I just
okay.
feel like they gotta run the ball, and this is a stat that I brought it up a little bit with Baugh last weekend,
Mm-hmm.
getting him going.
Yeah.
Well, Pate brought it up today. So Florida is like 103rd or 102nd in rush offense, right?
Yeah.
But they're averaging 6.5 a carry. They just don't, they refuse to run the ball.
That's kind of a crazy stat
Yeah.
because like then just throw or just run the freaking ball, you know?
And
Like
and that's, I don't know what they're doing, if they're what they're doing with Lagway. But I mean, he's turnover prone, so run the ball.
yeah,
But you did bring up a very, very big point on Wednesday if you want to hit on that.
the guy coming back from injury.
Yeah, Dallas.
Dallas Wilson's coming back and he is a dynamic playmaker on the outside and so I was kind of talking about this a little bit where is Lagway's problem more geared toward the idea that his receivers can't separate, or is it because like Eugene Wilson is being double bracketed? Is do they have? I mean, because now you have multiple weapons that you can throw to. Because Eugene
Do
Wilson's
you
a good
do
wide
you see
receiver.
Dallas Wilson being kind of used in a Percy Harvin role where they kind of move him all over?
I don't know about that yet. Like I just have to watch and see. Like I'm not sure you want to bring a dude back from injury and like
But he
utilize
has
him that
practiced the
way.
last 2 weeks with them having a bye week.
Sure, yeah. I'm just saying
But
like in terms
practice
of
is a lot
game.
different than game time.
Yes. And against Texas's defense, you know. So like it's going to just depend on what the coaching staff says like dude, is this a must-win game, you know? Like I would imagine that it has to be a
Yeah.
must-win game for them, but like I mean, gosh, Napier could get fired after this week. Like
Yeah.
so if that's the case and they feel that, then yeah, they might use that guy in a gadget role, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it'll be interesting to see what that opens up in terms of Lagway not having to hone in on just like one guy.
Yeah.
You know, like get the ball around to a few different people because when you don't have any other weapons that can separate from defenders, you know, then you can really hone in on like, you know, it'd be like if Jeremiah Smith didn't have any other
Yeah.
good receivers next to him. Like
Well, an interesting thing about this line is it opened at 7.5 and it's down to 4.5.
yeah, I think people just think that like the SEC is so competitive and that Texas has been so gross offensively. Like this could
Yeah.
come down to this is like a South Florida game
Yeah.
with Florida South Florida. Like it could be ultimate be like that where it's going to be like 6 7 field goals are kicked in that game and like you know who knows. Like I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. Other than I know that it's going to be great defense.
Yeah.
So I I do not see a even a I don't see it being 4.5 like either way. So like
Yeah.
I guess I would take Florida on the line, but I think that Texas wins.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Like a 21-17, so then they don't cover.
Yeah, I was thinking more like 23-20 or like
Okay.
20-17. I think it's a field goal at the end. Like I think it's tied and Texas kicks a field goal at the end.
Gosh, what a gut punch that would be. Lose
That'd
on a
be
last second field goal and then 4 hours later lose your job.
yeah, like playing those teams that they've played so close to like oh man, just it's the way it goes, man. Like I
Yeah.
was talking about that kind of stuff the other day.
So
Coaching
you're
is
going,
coaching's just so different because coaching can be like it doesn't matter what you have done.
yeah,
Like it's seriously like what are you doing now and the trajectory of what you're
yeah,
doing moving forward.
I know. it's wild times, man. Um,
Yep.
so we're both going Florida. I'm going Florida outright.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. Okay.
the next game is where College Game Day is going to be, and that is Alabama Crimson Tide hosting the Vanderbilt Pavias, and Alabama favored by 11.
Pavia Palooza. This is where Pavia Palooza ends because I just don't see how they can win two in a row. It doesn't even make sense that that's even a possibility.
Yeah,
And I know that's like all recency bias and all that stuff, but throw it out the window because I know that I mean Vanderbilt's good.
yeah.
Like they are good. Like there's no sugarcoating that anymore. Um, so
If it was last year's situation, I think, and Colin brought this up earlier, and I think we both agreed. Coming off the Georgia game, you could see a letdown,
mm,
but I think they've had this one circled ever since the schedules came out. They want some revenge for that Vanderbilt loss last year.
well, and you kind of said it. I'll let you take it, but like I just don't see how Vandy goes to Tuscaloosa, regardless
Yes.
of what you're going to tell us.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you're going to tell us, I just don't see Vandy going into T Town and just being like, "Yep, we're going to leave here victorious." You know,
So
so
Kalen DeBoer is a mastermind, right? We all know about his coaching. Kalen DeBoer, between Fresno State, Washington, and now Alabama, has not lost a home game since November 6th of 2021 when Fresno State lost to Boise State.
that's crazy. That's crazy because it's all post COVID,
That includes, and
and he's
you'll
been to
remember
three
this one.
schools.
You'll remember this one. That includes in 2022 taking down Oregon, and then in 2023 taking down Oregon again.
Twice, but
Yeah.
yeah, at home. Yeah, I
So
know, dude. I know.
so it's not like
It's
he's just playing like nobody's at home. I mean, he beat Georgia at home last year when he was with Alabama. It's
yeah.
now
He
on the road. On the road, DeBoer is a whole different story. Like we talked about with this game here, lost at Vanderbilt last year, lost at Oklahoma last year. Like,
Well, here's how this is like the gosh, I don't want to continue hesitating here, but like Vandy's game plan that they executed in Nashville a year ago is the exact recipe to make that crowd sleepy, right? Because what's the worst thing as a home crowd? It's like your team never has the ball.
yeah,
And like if they're I mean if Vandy controls the ball for 40 minutes again in this game, like the crowd's not going to have like they're not going to be raucous the whole time.
yeah.
You know, like they're going to be
Last
like
year,
falling asleep.
last year, Vanderbilt held the ball 42 minutes to
Yeah.
Alabama's 18.
And Alabama had some turnovers, but the reason they did this, like Vanderbilt every time they snapped the ball to like 2 seconds left on the play
Yeah,
clock. On
they were
every
doing that at
single
South
one.
Carolina this year.
Huh?
They were doing that at South Carolina this
Yeah,
year.
dude. I mean, if you're using all 40 seconds, I think about that all the time in the NFL because the NFL is notorious for that, right? They don't ever hurry up until it's late
Yeah,
game. And so it's like, well, geez, these first quarters end so fast, and it's like both teams only ran like 8 or 9 plays, is what it
yeah.
feels like. You know, like that's egregious, but like, you know what I
So
mean? And so like
we
when
saw
you
that
feel like
last
you're
week.
not seeing any plays, you're not seeing any plays and you're just
Yeah,
kind of like there's all this dead time and stuff because it's
yeah.
40 seconds is a long time, you know.
Well, and we saw it last week. That Ohio State Washington game flew by so fast. Washington only had 6 offensive possessions.
Yeah, that's why I gotta stop yawning. Holy smokes.
Yeah, you're making me on.
uh Washington, like 6 possessions, that's why you have to be so freaking efficient on offense because like if the game's going to be shortened where nobody's running up tempo anymore because it's this whole trend now is going back the other way of
Yeah,
being so efficient that's not about running so many plays, it's about keeping your dudes healthy. It's part
yeah,
of roster management, you know, like in a potentially long season for these schools, like managing your roster, and I hate using the word load management because
Yeah.
that's a coined term. This is where exactly what I said this afternoon. Why the NBA is soft. So like I just call it roster management
Yeah.
because you've gotta it is load management, but it's just like, man, it's crazy. Like it used to be like the goal was Oregon running 100 plays in a game, and now
Yeah.
everybody's like, we don't want to be up much above like 65.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
So I'm taking Alabama to cover the 11 points.
hmm
I just I think they're going to come in with their hair on fire, pissed off, and especially the way Diego was talking this summer on some of the podcasts he did with Theo Vaughn and Busting with the Boys. Like, yeah, I think
yeah,
Alabama's ready for this game.
I think that like I don't think it's going to be 59-0 like some of the people are
No,
saying, but like, man, it's an attractive line for for Vandy. Like it's a super attractive line, but their
yeah,
defense is not like it's not
I could see
great.
like a 31-14.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take Bama as well, and I'm gonna say something crazy. I'm gonna say it's 41. I'm gonna say 41-21.
Okay,
Bama.
yeah. So, all right, both going with Bama. The next game in the lineup are the Virginia Cavaliers. I almost said Catamounts. Wrong school. That's Virginia Commonwealth. But yeah, and they are taking on Louisville, and Louisville is a 6.5 point favorite, and it has stayed 6.5 since it opened.
Yeah.
So
Emotional win that they're coming off of a week ago, obviously.
yes,
And can they? And Louisville had to come back against Pitt in an
yep,
emotional game, probably as well, to have that comeback take place, right? So,
yeah.
oh man, Louisville is just the one team I just cannot seem to know anything about. Like it just kind of skips my mind
Well, they
every
got
time I
Jeff
think college
Brom,
football.
and we love Jeff Brom, and they
Yeah,
got Miller Moss, the USC quarterback.
right. But Miller Moss is not like overly fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't even
Well, I
remember
think
where I have
my
him.
biggest thing here is just going to be the hangover effect.
Yeah. Um, Miller Moss average. He's 38th on the list of completion percentage, but his touchdown to interception ratio is a head scratcher. It's 5 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Really,
Yeah. So
that's similar to another quarterback.
Arch Manning.
No,
No, or not Arch Manning. Yes, Mateer. That's what I meant. Six and
yeah,
three. Yeah,
yeah,
that's exactly who I was thinking of. I just said I said Manning because I hate them both.
yeah.
I don't hate
John
anybody.
Mateer.
I really don't. I don't hate anybody. I love John Mateer. Love him.
So, where are you going? Louisville 6.5 cover.
I like Chandler Morris, man. Like,
Yeah,
but I mean, I guess I have this common theme of like taking dogs. You know, program wise in terms of history. Like, I love seeing that these teams that are traditionally awful. Like, I hope they keep winning.
yeah.
You know, and Virginia fits that bill. So I'm actually going to take Chandler Morris in that run game. Actually,
All
Jamari
right.
Taylor
To cover or to cover and win.
outright.
Okay,
Yep.
nice.
Is it at Virginia?
No, no, I don't think so.
No. Well, I don't care. They're going to win anyway.
Yeah. I'm going with Louisville. I just Jeff Brom in a ranked matchup. I like his odds, even though he's the favorite. I can see him winning by a touchdown. I mean, they've had to come back against JMU. They've had to come back last week against Pitt. So, I mean, they're not out of a game.
Well,
So,
they were kind of like one of those favorites, like dark horse ACC favorites,
and they're quietly
darlings or
undefeated.
whatever.
Like
Yeah,
they're the ACC team that's not being talked about.
right, and that's the
Although
perfect
you
position to
did
be in.
take Louisville as your dark horse in our
Like,
ACC predictions.
yeah, I did, and I didn't even know who their starting quarterback was, but I just believe in Jeff Brom.
Yeah. So our next game is Washington taking the red eye, traveling about as far as you can travel to go across the country and play Maryland.
In a
And
conference game,
yeah, and Washington's a 6.5 point favorite
Seattle, Washington to Maryland,
to College Park, Maryland.
to College Park, Maryland in a conference game. Whew,
Yeah.
that is. Do they actually hit like Canadian airspace in that?
Oh, I bet. I bet.
Oh, that's funny. Oh man, that's a long freaking trip.
That or they might be flying over us right now.
I, what's the spread?
6.5 for Washington.
I'm taking Maryland, man. Like, I just think that's such a long trip. Like,
Hey, Malik Washington's been tearing it up for Maryland too.
I know I know you're a Husky through and through. Like, you
Yeah.
love yourself some purple and gold and white, but like, I think Maryland's got something going right now, and they're kind of that's kind of the team similar to Louisville.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about them. Now we had them in our top 30
Yeah.
2 weeks ago.
I still had him in mind.
I did not,
Yeah.
and maybe I should have, but
Yeah, because you snuck Iowa in.
yes, I did. Um, quietly having love for them. Weird. What a weird dynamic. Anyway, I think Maryland gets it done. I just the travel is just such a big deal because we saw Oregon, the number one team in the country, go to Wisconsin last year and
Yeah.
struggle.
Well, we
Like,
also saw Oregon travel across the country to a whiteout last week and win.
yeah, but that's because you have a team that's potentially winning the national title comparatively to what they were a year ago.
They got to win their final game of the year, so we'll see what happens. Um, I'm taking Washington. Cover that. I think they're pissed
Okay.
off after the Ohio State game. Like the offense is clearly rested.
Yeah,
So
didn't really no wear and tear on those bodies this week.
yeah, so and like that Ohio State game, they did move the ball. They got 2 field goals. They missed a third. So if you take 3 of the 6 possessions, they got into the red zone against the vaunted Ohio State defense.
Yeah, I kind of took exception to the whole deal of like, we got that text message that said like Damon Williams is garbage as a quarterback, and I'm like, it didn't seem like he was playing that bad. Like, yeah, he
Yeah.
took some sacks, but that was that
He
was
also
more
was
or less
18
the.
of 22 for 208 yards. Like,
Yeah, it was like, I don't think that's trash, but hey, guess what? I mean, what do I know?
I mean, he had minus 58 yards. He was running for his life, but
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, it'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting to see that matchup. Really.
yeah, I'm excited. That's gonna be 2 really fun quarterbacks going
Well,
back
and
and
it's
forth.
kind of your first really good look at Maryland because
Yep.
like they haven't they played the only team that they've played that's had a pulse, and you can argue if this team has a pulse is Wisconsin. So
Yeah, and their old quarterback.
yeah, yeah.
So it'll be interesting. But yeah, I'm going with Washington. Um, Arguably the biggest game of the weekend is up next. The Miami Hurricanes are heading up to Tallahassee to play Florida State in a get right game for the Seminoles. Miami is a 4.5 or just 4 straight up 4 point favorite. I bet there's a hook by kickoff.
They're I kind of like Florida State in this spot. I think that I think that the way that Virginia attacks offenses and the way that Chandler Morris is a gunslinger, I don't view Carson Beck in the same light.
Yeah.
And I just think that Mario Cristobal is so stubborn that he
Yeah.
is going to try to pound the rock, and eventually he just thinks that that wall is going to come down. I don't know. Like Florida State has, I feel like they're the ones that are kind
Dude,
of in the
I'm
same
so
situ.
happy you just said that. Finish your point.
I was to say, like, I feel like they're kind of the ones that are in the same position as what you said that Bama views Vandy.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just think that Florida State's like they were on the cusp, and then they had a letdown against Virginia, and so now it's like, okay, now we got to get right. You
Yeah.
know, it's like they're because if they lose, if they drop this game, then Florida State's kind of like they're out.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, because that's two ACC losses, and you can't imagine that if they were to go 10-2 with a loss to Virginia and Miami,
Yeah.
like I guess maybe like if Bama were to win the
Because then,
SEC,
if we go by what we're talking about, you still have three undefeated teams in the ACC with Miami, Georgia Tech, and Louisville.
right? And it looks like Georgia Tech is going to have dogfights coming through that
Yeah.
easier schedule because they're just not at the same tier.
So, where what you brought up with Cristobal pounding the rock, that's why I'm picking Miami to win. Is because I do think he's just going to run the damn ball and just try and wear him out. And
Yeah.
Miami's defense, dude, is I think the best defense in the country. But
Well,
that's
who have
just
they
one.
played? Other than I mean Notre Dame, but that was week one, so throw it out. And who
Yeah,
have they played since then?
they played USF,
Not a great offense.
Florida,
Definitely not a great offense.
but they're playing um, better competition. I agree, not great offenses. Like just how we talked about Clemson and LSU, not great offenses. But I think they're more fit to go into this game than Florida State.
That
Because
could be.
what good rushing offense has Florida State played?
Well, you probably none, I suppose.
Yeah,
I mean, I would argue that Virginia has a decent run game with the numbers Jamari Taylor was putting up, but I don't. And the way that they like, my gosh, I mean, that's a good point because Alabama is just kind of like they're just one of those teams that you just expect to run the ball well, and they
but
haven't.
yeah,
So like, I don't know. And it was without Jam Miller.
yeah.
So I mean, there's some good storylines here. Obviously, like I just I want this game. I want Florida State to win this game because I want the ACC to have more than one team at the end, so that way we can kind of have some more diversification amongst conferences
So
in the
would you
playoff.
say Miami has one of the top five offensive lines in the country?
Yeah,
So last
yeah.
week,
I'm changing my pick because I just got. I mean, I've just been saying this all week. Like, you can't pick off of hope. You can't
yeah.
pick games off of hope. And right
Oh,
now,
I know.
I'm
I
literally
did it a
hoping.
lot.
I'm literally hoping. So like, I'm going back. I'm going. Give me Miami. Give me the
Yeah,
Canes.
I was just
Like,
that was what the thing I was just gonna bring up. So Virginia has a far worse offensive line than Miami. Maybe not far worse, but Virginia ran for 211 last week against Florida State.
okay, yeah. But I think dude, I like the way that I like the way Virginia attacks on offense, and I should probably do a breakdown on Fastlane just because that's probably one that doesn't get enough love either.
Yankees just won, so they'll be playing Toronto.
Congrats, Compton stock.
Yep. So yeah, I'm going Miami to cover the four.
Yep, me too.
Dude, I'm so excited for that environment though. If they bring it like they did against Alabama, it's gonna be tough sledding.
Yeah,
And we still haven't had the Cristobal game yet.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
Like,
Like, that's what I'm saying. If Florida State wins, I'm claiming my pick was Florida State.
okay, no,
So I can't lose this game. I can't lose this
yeah,
one. No, give me
no,
Miami. Give me
I'm going.
Miami. Freaking can't stand Miami, but yeah, here we go.
Yeah, I just That's where I'm going to. Hurricanes. We
Okay.
got one game left, and then I might throw in another game. I texted you it. Um, so the game left is Duke is traveling across the country. They're doing essentially what Washington is, but they're gaining hours, and they are playing Cal for a. Our time would be 9 p.m. It's an East Coast 10 p.m. kickoff.
Yeah, that's horrible for those schools. It doesn't matter if
Yeah,
you're gaining time. That's
and you're
because their
going to
body,
Cal, which is already a sleepy fan base.
yeah, their body clocks are like it's about the body clock. Like it has
Yeah,
nothing. It doesn't have anything to do with gaining time. That's why I like the prospects of Western teams traveling east better than I like Eastern teams traveling west.
yeah,
Because the body clock on a 10 o'clock kickoff for you and you're a East Coast guy, like
yeah.
that is a tough thing to
Yeah, and we
accomplish.
just saw Cal travel the furthest distance you can travel, going from Berkeley to Boston last week.
Yeah, yeah. So the problem I have with this game is that, like, again, this is the hope in me because I like
Yeah.
Duke's prospects in playing.
And you know I
Like
love Mensa.
they're gonna play like the Grim Reaper of the ACC.
Yeah,
Like that's the school that's gonna be. He's so good.
yeah,
He is so good, and he gets overshadowed because they've lost 2 games,
yeah.
right? So, but he is actually in the top. Where did his name just
He's
go?
just got to protect the ball
Yeah, but I mean, he's. What do you mean protect the ball?
with the
Ex-
turnovers.
Explain that. Well, how many turnovers does he have?
No, I don't know. I just know they have a shit ton of turnovers against Illinois and Tulane.
Okay, well that had to be fumbles because he's got 13 touchdowns and 2 picks.
Yeah,
And I know that they were fumbles in the Illinois game, like the turnovers were.
yeah.
Well, there's 2 picks in that, but like he is 121 of 175 at 70% completion percentage for almost 1,600 yards.
What's his
13.
rushing yards at?
I don't have that down there. This is only
Okay,
passing.
okay.
But if I was to sort this by passing yards, like he's leading the country, like he's only behind Jaden Mayava in passing, and that's only by like, oh, Sawyer Robertson too. My fault. I missed that one. So
Yeah.
he's third in passing yards, and he's like 20 behind Jaden Mayava. Like Duke is the ACC slayer. Does Duke play Georgia Tech? I think they do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Duke's gonna win that game too. Like there's not even a doubt in my mind. Like they should have beaten Illinois, and had they
Yeah.
like, oh dude, what a flippin'
So
horrible.
he had one interception against Illinois and one against Tulane.
Yeah. Yeah, and against Illinois, so they had 4 fumbles against Illinois then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say when I saw that line, when I made my own sheet on this to kind of be like sortable and stuff. When I was putting this together, I was like, "Geez, I did not realize he was 13 touchdowns and 2 picks." Like, but they've been playing really well.
He had two fumbles against Illinois.
Yes, and I knew that 2 of those fumbles were. I knew he had dropped some of them too, specifically.
Yeah. And then Samir Hagens had one and Quashawn Brown had one.
Okay, interesting, dude. I like Duke in this game, but it scares the heck out of me because it's the
Okay.
old.
And
It's
what
the.
is Cal? What are they?
I don't know, man.
You beat Minnesota, you get blown out by San Diego State, and then you go beat Boston College, who's turning out to not be as good as we thought.
Oh yeah, like real bad.
I don't know what Cal is. I love their coach.
Well, we
I
found
love
out
their
today that
freshman
we found out
quarterback.
today that Ron Rivera is the GM of Cal football.
Yeah.
just
Like
like just like Andrew Luck at freaking Stanford. So something about those 2 schools that they need to hire GMs because of like the ACC schools that are on the West Coast.
yeah. And it's like Cal's got a really good quarterback, freshman. He won't be at Cal next year.
that was one of the things that Ron Rivera said. Like he thought that he was Sagu Patelli or whatever was going to be at Cal long term.
No, especially if Wilcox takes one of these jobs that are open, Oklahoma State. Um, yeah,
What a
he's
crazy.
gonna
That's
follow.
crazy. That's crazy. But then what about Zane Train?
No comment.
It's because
I
you know
talked to
something.
I saw his dad tonight actually.
The Zane Train's. Oh man, is it moving? Is it rolling down the tracks?
We'll see what whoever they hire at Oklahoma State. Yeah, I bought his dad a beer tonight actually.
Yeah, that's good. It's
Yeah,
good.
it's good to see him. Hadn't seen him in a couple months, so it was nice. So that's it for our lineups. I'm taking Duke, by the way. I don't know if I said that or not.
Oh, you gotta do this other game. This is a great game.
Okay, Mississippi State is going to College Station, and they are a 16.5 point underdog. Are they going to have the emotional hangover from Tennessee, or are they going to come out with their hair on fire and Texas A&M is going to have an emotional hangover from Auburn?
This is what's so hard about the SEC is because you're like, oh well, A&M's really good, and it's
That's
like,
just such a wide
are
point spread.
they? Are they? We don't
Yeah,
really know. We don't know how to view Texas A&M versus Tennessee
yeah.
versus this team and that team, and like it's just it's all over the place with the
And with
SEC.
Texas A&M, with Mike Elko going to Penn State, I mean, how are they going to?
I just wish that there was a version. Oh my gosh, I didn't even catch that. That's funny. Uh, I just wish there was a version of people in their dialogue on Twitter, social media, whatever, that like this whole like hypothetical wins thing with the SEC. Like,
Yeah,
can people just enjoy the SEC for what it is, and then just be like, okay, if you're in the top four, you're probably in the playoff. You're not getting the fifth one in.
yeah,
Like, just accept that, and then enjoy the season. Like that's it, because ultimately I would love to be there right there with you, enjoying the SEC season, but then I'm like, I can't stand having this team win and this team win, and I can't like I don't want Mississippi State to win because then it's like, oh geez, the SEC is awesome,
yeah.
like, but I know that they're going to play close because of the
I
because of
definitely
how
think
we
they're going
view
to cover
Texas
16
A&M
and a
right now.
half.
I Mississippi State,
Yeah.
yeah, I would venture to guess that would happen too.
I think
Um,
A&M still wins, but I think it's going to be very similar to that Auburn game. Probably a little more points, but
right,
dude, Auburn's offense is so bad.
it
The
is awful.
Was it Pate who read off their drive chart?
Yes.
3 and out,
Yes.
3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, punt, 3 and out, 3 and out, touchdown because they got the ball on the 2 yard line. 3 and out, 3 and out, punt. Like,
Okay. So here is the battle of quarterbacks. Marcel Reed is actually like right at 60% completion percentage.
yeah,
He's 61st amongst Power 4 quarterbacks. Although he's not throwing a lot of picks. Nobody seems to be throwing tons of picks other than, Lagway
yeah.
and some guy named Ryan Brown at Purdue. But anyway, so like Marcel Reed's obviously gonna bring that dynamic threat with his legs too, but he's tiny. Like I don't know if he's gonna hold up all year long either.
And they need him, man, because if he can stay healthy with those receivers, Texas A&M is
Hmm.
going to be dangerous.
Yeah, that's a game I would love to watch. What time is that one on?
I don't know. I think it's an afternoon game.
Yeah, seems like a lot of the interesting teams are on buys this week.
Yeah, or
So
they're just not playing like premier teams. There's a lot of 2:30 games.
okay,
Like I'll easily be watching Cincinnati Iowa State at 11.
yeah, me too. I mean, Cincinnati's like my Big 12 darling right now outside of
Yeah.
Texas Tech. I think, man, if they win this game, let's go back to Cincinnati just for a second.
Okay.
If Cincinnati wins this game, and they have a tough road because they got to play Texas Tech, they've got to play Utah.
Yep.
Like if they can run through that schedule with maybe only losing to Texas Tech and then getting, I think is that in Lubbock? I can't remember where's which. I just looked at it today, but I don't know, man. Like if they keep Corleone healthy, if they keep Sorsby healthy, and they have a shot at a Big 12 title because they'll have a head-to-head over Iowa State, and
Yep.
then they would have the opportunity to have the head-to-head over Utah. Like, I mean, they've already beat. I mean, who does Kansas play this week?
Hey, Cincinnati doesn't play Texas Tech.
Okay, so they play.
They
Who do
don't
they
play
play?
Arizona State either.
I knew that. Who's the other tough one on their schedule?
Baylor.
That's not who I was thinking of.
They gotta go to Utah.
Yeah, that's
Um,
tough.
BYU's coming to them.
That's oddly tough because of the defense.
No, they got a tough one October 18th. They got to go to Stillwater.
Oh, jeez.
So,
Gundy with the spirit of Justin Wilcox.
yep. Well, no Gundy, but
Yeah, I think
and they just fired their defensive coordinator this week.
is it possible that Cincinnati can get through that 10-2?
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
I have said this since the game since before Nebraska played them.
Dude, I'm saying 10-2, and that includes the Iowa State game as a loss. They could be
Right.
11-1.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. I think Cincinnati fans knew what they have.
Yeah.
Like I think Matt Rule and company knew what Cincinnati was after that game.
Yeah.
Like you think about some of the reactions on the sideline, they were kind of like almost like looked like they were shell shocked at one point. Like
Yep.
what the heck is happening? But
Like if they get by this Iowa State game, they could legitimately
they're gonna.
be they'll be a top 15 team going to Utah.
What if they? What if I see? Because I said this at one point after week one. I said, what if Cincinnati and Nebraska both make the playoff and have to play each other again in round one
At Cincinnati.
at Cincinnati, where the game was supposed to be originally?
Yeah. Dang.
I don't like play. I wouldn't want to play him again.
No. Not one bit.
So
I mean,
anyway,
especially since Nebraska's going on 11-1 and playing Michigan in the Big Ten championship again. So
right.
replaying teams back to back. That's.
Oh man, that would suck.
But no, I said I wasn't going to talk about Nebraska this episode. So I don't know what it means for Cincinnati if they go 11-1 and 10-2. Good on the Bearcats. Congratulations.
I hope they do. I hope they do because I hope they make the playoff. I hope them and Texas Tech make the playoff.
Yeah.
But can two Big 12 teams make the playoff?
Yeah.
Like so, if
That
Texas
instant.
Tech they haven't. So Texas Tech is not on that schedule. So if Texas Tech runs it, goes 12-0,
Yeah.
beats Cincinnati, and Cincinnati wins out, goes 11-1 with their only loss to Nebraska, and then Texas Tech wins a game by I mean, what's the margin have to be to knock out a 11-1, which would proverbial be 11-2 Cincinnati out of the playoff? Like, would there be, or would they just automatically be in because of this precedent that's been set in terms of not being punished by losing your conference title
Yes.
game?
SMU.
Right.
So I think they could get two. I don't know if it would be Cincinnati though.
Does Nebraska's final record does that have any dictation on Cincinnati
Yes.
at
1,000%.
11-2? So like if Nebraska's 7-5, it pulls them out probably.
Yeah. The October 18th is also Texas Tech at Arizona State. 'Cause
Big
those
12's
are the-
fun.
Yeah.
And that's with Kansas State being awful.
Yeah. So I mean right now you got Texas Tech, Utah, Iowa State, Arizona State, and Cincinnati is kind of your lead runners.
Mm-hmm.
And Utah's already got a conference loss.
Yes.
Arizona State, that loss to Mississippi State's not looking so bad anymore.
Correct.
So.
Yep.
Tough. Iowa State, I mean, we'll see this weekend. They got some nice wins on their schedule. Well, a nice win on their schedule over Iowa. Because Kansas State turned out to be dog shit.
Yeah.
What if Kansas State comes back? UCF.
I don't know. Like, I think that Kansas State's for sure like going to be like in the role of Kansas from years ago.
Where they come back and all of a sudden, I'm pulling up Kansas State's schedule to see what they got. Because they only have one conference loss.
Did I start this music too early?
Yeah, does Kansas State only have one conference loss? Arizona?
Yeah. No, Iowa State.
That's right. So they got two conference losses. So they got to... I mean, they play Texas Tech and Utah. They can win those two. Like, they're right back in it.
Oh gosh, if Kansas State plays their way back in it after losing to freaking Army,
yeah,
like no way. I mean, all you gotta do is run Avery Johnson. I mean, how have we been saying it for? You start running him 25 times a game,
we'll find out a lot
does.
Because they play Baylor this weekend.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And Baylor then TCU.
Baylor by a million.
Kansas, then Texas Tech. Like Kansas State could also lose their next 4 in a row.
My Big 12 pick with Baylor was not good. That's all I have to say. I'm glad we can change that.
And you did. You took Texas Tech over Utah.
Yes, which I don't think it'll be Utah anymore, but
yeah,
might be Cincinnati.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll wrap it up right there. Don't forget, like, follow, subscribe, rate 5 stars. And go check out Fastlane on the Iowa and the Missouri breakdowns.
Yeah, Fastlane Fix. It's right on our Main Street Sports podcast. I hit up a bunch of solo episodes in the mornings during the week, breaking down some teams. And if you're an Iowa fan or a Missouri Tiger fan, you guys were our first 2 teams that we kind of broke down. It was a fun time.
Yep, and we will see if any more coaches get fired tomorrow. All right, have a good day, everybody.